Blackpink's Rose and Bruno Mars' viral hit Apartment is inspired by this fun Korean drinking game. Rose's latest single, APT, serves as a teaser for her highly anticipated debut full-length album, Rosé. Blackpink's Rose and Bruno Mars have taken the internet by storm with their lively new track, APT, a song that's not just about catchy beats but also introduces the world to a unique slice of Korean drinking culture. This unexpected collaboration has sparked global interest, with fans buzzing about the quirky inspiration behind the song. Rose's latest single, Apartment, dropped on October 18. It serves as a teaser for her highly anticipated debut full-length album, Rosé, which will be out on December 6. With a chorus that repeatedly sings, Apartment, in a playful Korean accented, APT, the track delivers a fun and energetic vibe that's hard to resist. But what really sets this song apart is its roots in a popular Korean drinking game called the Apartment game. The game is simple but hilariously entertaining. It starts with players stacking their hands in a pile. The leader shouts out a random number, and players take turns removing their hands from the stack, beginning with the bottom one. If a player moves their hand on the shouted number or repeats a number that's already been called, they face the ultimate party penalty, taking a drink. Rose shared how her love for this game gave life to the track. Through her agency, the Black Label, she explained, APT is actually my favorite Korean drinking game that I play with my friends back home. It's so simple, puts a smile on your face and breaks the ice at any party, she said. She also revealed how the song came to be, saying, "One night in the studio, I taught my crew how to play the game. Everyone was fascinated, especially when I started the chant, so we played around with it and I said we should make a song out of it, and after Bruno joined the track, the rest became history." The game itself, affectionately known as APT, takes its name from the Korean word for apartment, pronounced apatu. Curious to try this icebreaker at your next party? Here's a quick rundown of the rules. 1. Gather at least 2 players, the more, the merrier. 2. Everyone forms a circle and chants, apatu, together 4 times. 3. After the chant, the starting player shouts a number, and all players stack their hands in a pile at the center. 4. The player at the bottom of the stack moves their hand to the top, yelling, 1, followed by the next person saying, 2, and so on until the initial number is reached. 5. The unlucky player who moves their hand at the final number loses and must take a drink. This player then calls out a new number to begin the next round. Since its release, APT has become a massive hit, reportedly racking up an impressive 177 million views on YouTube in just 10 days. It's also clinched the top spots on both Spotify and Apple Music charts, proving that a fun drinking game can inspire music that resonates worldwide. The music world is often full of surprises, with artists drawing inspiration from unexpected places. In the case of Blackpink's Rosé and Bruno Mars' viral hit, APT, fans and music critics alike were left stunned after discovering the track's intriguing origin. What seemed like an international collaboration born out of pure musical chemistry has a fascinating backstory, rooted in a popular Korean drinking game. This game has now found its way into mainstream pop culture thanks to the catchy tune that's taking over the charts. The viral sensation, APT, released earlier this year, APT quickly became a global hit, amassing millions of streams and dominating charts across continents. Fans of both Blackpink and Bruno Mars were thrilled to see the unlikely duo collaborating on such a funky, upbeat track. But the song's success wasn't just due to the star-studded collaboration, it had an infectious, fun quality that made it a favorite among listeners. Yet, amid all the hype surrounding the song, few knew the fascinating backstory behind it, how a beloved Korean drinking game became the primary source of inspiration for APT. Now, the game is gaining worldwide attention as the song's popularity soars. What is APT? Before we dive into the game that inspired the song, let's take a look at the viral hit, APT, itself. The track features a lively, energetic mix of R&B, pop, and funk elements, with smooth vocals from Rosé and Bruno Mars' signature playful groove. The song's catchy hook, upbeat rhythm, and memorable chorus make it a perfect dance floor anthem. Fans of both artists were quick to embrace the collaboration, and its success was amplified by social media platforms like TikTok, where users were seen making viral dance routines to the tune. The Korean drinking game, APT. While the song itself captivated audiences worldwide, the secret inspiration behind it lies in a popular Korean drinking game called APT. Known for its easy-to-learn rules and lively social atmosphere, APT has long been a staple of Korean drinking culture. While many international fans may not be familiar with the specifics of the game, it's been gaining attention thanks to the global reach of APT. How do you play APT? The game is deceptively simple. Participants sit in a circle, and one person is designated as the dealer. The dealer starts by picking a random number between 1 and 20, and everyone in the group must guess what number the dealer has chosen. If someone guesses correctly, the dealer takes a drink. If nobody guesses the correct number, everyone else in the circle must drink. The excitement of the game comes from the fact that participants must rely on their intuition and sometimes a little luck to guess the correct number. There's also an element of strategy involved. Players may try to bluff or mislead others, adding to the competitive aspect of the game. Throughout the game, the atmosphere tends to be one of camaraderie and shared enjoyment, as participants bond over the challenge of making the right guess. APT's influence on APT. Now, you might be wondering, how does a drinking game translate into the creation of a chart-topping pop song? Well, according to sources close to the production team, both Rosé and Bruno Mars were introduced to APT during a trip to Seoul. The two artists, who were in town for a joint promotional event, had a chance to experience firsthand the social atmosphere surrounding Korean drinking games. Bruno Mars, known for his love of funk, rhythm, and playful energy, was particularly drawn to the game's unpredictable and fun nature. Rosé, who has often spoken about her deep connection to Korean culture, was equally intrigued. After the two spent several hours playing APT with local fans and enjoying the festivities, they began discussing the game's carefree, spontaneous essence and how it could translate into music. The collaborative process. Once the initial spark of inspiration was ignited, Rosé and Bruno Mars, along with their respective teams, began brainstorming ways to incorporate the game's fun, unpredictable nature into their song. The title, APT, itself is a playful nod to the game. Though the exact significance of the acronym has yet to be fully disclosed, many believe it's a reference to the casual yet competitive spirit of APT. Musically, APT captures the vibe of the game through its catchy beats, rapid tempo, and the way the song builds and drops in unexpected moments, much like the tension and excitement felt during an intense round of APT. Lyrically, the song's playful, flirtatious tone mirrors the fun, banter-filled interactions often seen in the drinking game, where participants tease and joke with one another while attempting to guess the right number. The fusion of musical elements and the incorporation of game-inspired themes creates a track that feels spontaneous yet tightly composed, making it both danceable and infectious. The cultural impact of APT and APT. As APT became a massive success, more and more people around the world were introduced to the concept of APT. International fans, many of whom had never heard of the game before, started to play it at social gatherings, quickly catching on to its appeal. What was once a niche cultural phenomenon in South Korea became a global trend, thanks in no small part to the song's success. The viral hit has sparked interest in other aspects of Korean drinking culture as well, with many fans diving into learning about Korean entertainment traditions, drinking games, and the country's vibrant nightlife scene. In fact, some fans have even created YouTube channels and TikTok videos dedicated to explaining the rules of APT, helping to spread the game's influence even further. In South Korea, the success of APT has led to a resurgence of interest in traditional drinking games. Bars and clubs across the country are offering special promotions and events centered around games like APT, encouraging people to come together and enjoy the spirit of competition and camaraderie that the game fosters. There's even talk of an official APT tournament being organized, with teams competing to guess numbers and claim victory, reminiscent of the playful energy that made the game so beloved in the first place. The role of Rosé and Bruno Mars in promoting Korean culture. Both Rosé and Bruno Mars have long been advocates for cultural exchange, and the release of APT has only deepened their connections to global audiences. Rosé, who hails from Australia but has Korean heritage, has been a vocal supporter of Korean culture throughout her career. In interviews, she often speaks fondly of her roots and how her upbringing in South Korea has shaped her identity as an artist. Her collaboration with Bruno Mars on APT allowed her to introduce Korean drinking culture to an international audience, an accomplishment she is particularly proud of. Bruno Mars, too, has expressed admiration for Korean culture, frequently drawing inspiration from K-pop aesthetics in his music. Known for his eclectic style, which blends elements of funk, R&B, pop, and soul, Mars was able to bring his unique flair to APT, merging his own influences with Rosé's deep connection to her cultural heritage. Future collaborations and legacy. Given the massive success of APT, both Rosé and Bruno Mars have hinted at the possibility of future collaborations. Fans are eager to see what other creative ideas the two might explore, especially if they continue to draw inspiration from cross-cultural experiences like APT. Their partnership has not only produced a viral hit but has also opened the door for further exploration of how cultural traditions from around the world can inspire innovative musical collaborations. The song, APT, may have been the catalyst for bringing a fun Korean drinking game to the global stage, but it's also a testament to the power of music as a universal language. Whether it's through a game of chance or a catchy pop anthem, APT has shown us that music has the ability to unite people across cultures and break down barriers in ways that nothing else can. As for APT, it seems poised to become the next big social phenomenon. Whether it will become as ubiquitous as games like beer pong or flip cup remains to be seen, but one thing is certain, the game's place in pop culture has been cemented, all thanks to a viral hit by two of the world's most iconic artists. Conclusion: BLACKPINK's Rosé and Bruno Mars' APT has not only captivated listeners with its infectious beats and catchy lyrics, but it has also introduced a beloved Korean drinking game to a global audience. The blend of music and cultural exchange in the song's creation has sparked widespread interest in APT, a game that has long been a staple of Korean nightlife. Through their collaboration, Rosé and Bruno Mars have helped bridge the gap between cultures, demonstrating how music can be both a fun and powerful vehicle for cultural discovery. As the song continues to climb the charts and APT gains international recognition, it's clear that this unique fusion of music and game has struck a chord with fans worldwide.